to just go through a few of those cases. Two affirmative action cases that went to the United States Supreme Court. NAACP was co-counsel. We worked to open up immigration courts to the press and the public after 9/11 for an imam who was arrested on Ramadan in the case that the legendary Damon Keith made famous by saying that democracy dies behind closed doors. We worked on a biking while black case involving kids in Detroit who had the temerity to go above 8 Mile Road into East Point, where they were arrested and handcuffed. We worked to challenge the USA Patriot Act. We worked on a voter purge case that restored voting rights for 5,500 people that were wrongfully purged from the voting rolls in just before the 2008 election. We challenged NSA wiretapping, in which the founder of ACRL was a plaintiff. Thank you. We worked to stop illegal tax foreclosures for people in the city and help people stay in their homes. We brought a case, Flying While Arab case, on behalf of a woman who had the last name of Hebshi, who was detained on the 10th anniversary of 9/11. We worked for the people of Flint, challenging the state and the city in a case where we got $97 million to replace the lead lines that led to the poisoning of an entire community. We worked with ACRL, who is co-counseling with us right now in a Muslim ban case right here down the street. And of course, we have the current case to reform bail at that court right over there, which is leading to mass incarceration of people in this city. And much of the team is sitting right over there. Thanks for coming. But we couldn't have done this work without great partners. And so it really is a meaningful honor to get this award from NAACP and ACRL. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my family and good friends who are here. And of course, my ACLU family, all 40 staff members, cooperating attorneys, lawyers committee members, many of whom are here. Chewy Carrega, who is the general counsel of the NAACP here, is on our committee. Navia Yad is a former committee member, and it just illustrates the depth of our partnership. I can tell you about my ACLU family that there is not a group in the country who is more dedicated, more talented, more hardworking, and more fun to be around. And I'm truly going to miss you when I leave this summer to go to the University of Michigan Law School. I need to dispel a myth that's out there. People keep coming up to me and saying they're somehow concerned about the strength of the legal department after I leave. I can tell you right here that there's nothing to be worried about. In fact, I look to the legal department to taking the next step. When I started, I was the only ACLU lawyer on staff. Now we have 12. We have over 200 cooperating attorneys who worked on cases this past year and donated more than $6 million of legal work in last year alone. I can't mention everybody, but I do want to point out a few people in the audience and my staff who have been with me for years and years. Dan Karopkin, the Deputy Legal Director. Miriam Ackerman, the superstar senior staff attorney in the West Michigan office. Mark Fancher, our staff attorney for our racial justice project, and Bonsitu Kataba, the one to watch, a staff attorney and a former student of mine. These folks, as well as Rana Elmir, who's here, our deputy director, are going to lead the ACLU to new heights, and I can't wait to see that. Since I came to the ACLU, I described the mission of our organization differently than what you'll see in the glossy brochures. I have always thought that our mission is to make sure that the United States doesn't slip into becoming the police states that we see around the world. In many parts of the globe, if you criticize the government, if you are a racial, religious, or ethnic minority, you may get a knock on the door. They may break down your door in the middle of the night, take you out of bed, take you to prison, torture you. You might even disappear permanently. There's no right to counsel. There's no semblance of due process. There's no nothing. And it's our job to make sure that our country stays true to its stated values and does not slip into becoming a police state. It used to be that I tell people that's our mission, and they say, oh, that sounds good, but that's kind of an exaggeration. You know, the United States is not a police state and never will be. They don't say that anymore. I don't need to tell this group about the rise of racism and xenophobia and Islamophobia and anti-Semitism, our policies of mass incarceration and over-policing black and brown people, and the horrific way that we treat immigrants and people who seek asylum in this country is an international disgrace. And there's people out there trying to undermine our institutions of democracy, whether it be education, the right to vote, or the right to a free press. And I think it's incumbent upon all of us, the ACLU, the NAACP, ACR, all the judges out here, the citizenry, to fight back. It's up to us to continue to work to protect our country and to prevent it from slipping into a police state, and making sure that we continue to honor human rights. Luckily, with people like you in the audience, I think we'll win. And thank you so much for this true honor. I really appreciate it.